And it's BattleCOM. BattleCOM, the geek war of comedy game shows, is happening now. Hey, Tim Rockcliffe is in the house. Welcome, Tim. I really hope that your sound is working this week as well. We've got a fantastic show set up for you. This is BattleCOM, the geek war of comedy game shows. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, please just drop a comment into the comment sections, and then we can say hello because we're getting started. But before we start, I just want to remind everyone that Black Lives Matter, and rather than donate and help support this channel, please donate to your local Black Lives Matter fund. Donate to bail funds for protesters. You can do that at bailfund.org for the U.S. Protesters. And also make sure you're supporting your local minority-owned businesses. Welcome to BattleCOM. And again, we want to thank Evan C. Abrams for the wonderful moving graphics that we have in the show. And talking about the show, let's get started with the show. Whoa, that was not exactly what we were looking to do. This is what no, that's not even what we're looking to do. This is chaos. This is absolute chaos. We are starting off canceled. With madness. And you know what? I really think I should take that off of Monica's face. We go.
What are you
doing? we can see all of Monica right now. Here we go. That wasn't even exactly what I was trying to do. Maybe this is what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do. Oh. Goodness, why do they trust me with this? I have no idea.
It's too much power for
Paul.
Too much power.
Paul, I just want to say this is already like 1,000 times more impressive than Zoom. So this is like a step above. How are you making these pictures move? It's fantastic.
It's a combination of things. If anyone wants, you know what? Somebody has asked me if I was going to do tutorial, and I've been kicking it around. I might just do a tutorial about start streaming, because that's the same thing. You're never going to find out if you're funny as a comedian until you step on stage to do comedy. And the same thing goes for streaming. If you want to stream, you have to start. And I was an idiot on a lot of different things until I figured out how to do it and was able to talk or see StreamYard, which is the tool I use. And hey, Tim can hear us. Sean Griffin is there from Maryland. He's saying hello to the battlers. We're sort of covering up Serag and half of Velvet. There we go. But our battlers, so you will get to know them. There is Serag Meletian right there. That's Serag Meletian. We've got Velvet Wells from Toronto. We have Monica Hamburg in Montreal. And Justin Shaw, originally from Prince Edward Island. He is currently in Hamilton, and that explains the look on that pitcher's face. We are.
Hey.
So, I get a shout out from Sean Griffin as well, and Denis Leger, one of our regular watchers, is in saying, "Hey, everybody." We are set to go. We've got we're in the double digits of viewers already. How is everybody doing? All the performers, have you had a good, exciting week?
Yes.
I was wondering who was going to...
I win the week.
You in the first round.
You
guys won the positive round, at least.
Yeah, this is BattleCOM. This isn't just wait for Paul Ash to stop speaking com. It's
that's the other show.
That's the other show. Monica also, I want to point out, Monica actually had her show earlier today at 6:30. It's part of the Montreal Power Block. She does the confinement comedy show. Confinement? No, it's confinement. I sorry, you cut out there. I didn't hear the word.
It's close. Confined. It's Monica.
Confined. And Benjamin Zitzer wants to say 25-cent chicken wings.
Yeah.
And it's wings because he's got the double I. That's a shout out to Don Campbell. I don't know if Don is watching. I think he's in a campground right now because that's why he bought himself a what are they called? It's not a Winnebago, but something like a Winnebago.
A camper.
Cool.
Airstream?
Yeah, it's a camper. It's a camper on wheels. Abby Stonehouse, who performed last week, Team Montreal. Yes, I know there can only be one winner. So it is on at this point in time. I'm excited having all of you here. This. I'm so glad that we are finally have moved this show online, and we're gonna just bring it up now to start. we're going to do our first round. Let's get that introduction happening. And I just want to make sure, is this the right way? Yes, that's the right way. There's so many buttons in front of me. I don't know what I'm doing.
So many buttons.
All right. So our battlefields today, we have which Sesame Street character is most likely to snap? Who are the greatest interspecies friends in sci-fi and fantasy? And which Pixar movie should have a crossover with which R-rated film? That's R-rated, not X-rated. That's a different topic.
I have to go rewrite. Give me a second.
We're gonna be clear on that one. Monica now feels that she's being picked on. And if you notice,
I'm out of here.
oh, so Monica, you're being cut out. So do you get earbuds to put in or something?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. We will. Don't be quiet. From now on, she's just gonna fake us out. If you notice, though, the number 3 category is in yellow, and that's because it was an audience-suggested topic.
Whoa!
So, at the end of the show, if you want to start putting topics in on the BattleCOM page on Facebook, we'll be able to listen to your choices and pick one that would be appropriate for the next show. So here we are. The long form of the question is, which Sesame Street character is most likely to snap and go on a murder spree? And I didn't check this with PBS, so hopefully we won't be sued because this is parody. We are doing parody. This is for fun and humor to try to bring a smile in these trying times.
So let's talk about murder then.
Yay! We got I probably
gosh.
shouldn't flap my arms like that. Oh, I just realized something. I'm not baking myself in the bright lights. That will make me a little bit clearer and quite sweatier, which is always going to be good for the show. Our first 2 battlers today are going to be Monica Hamburg and Serag Meletian, with their choices of the Cookie Monster and Bert. So Serag, you were the second one called to the screen. You get to go first on the positive round, as for Bert as the one who's gonna snap.
Okay. Well, I think you think about Bert, you think, oh, Ernie, right? And probably Ernie would be the one to make him snap or, go postal, if you will. But what it is the cold hard truth is that Bert is riddled with PTSD. You see, you don't have a face like that without seeing some dark things. And we all know that Bert has a dark past as one of the greatest assassins of all time, one of the greatest hitmen of all time. And and he's pissed off a lot of people. All right. I don't want to, we can go through the list, the Hell's Angels, the Triads, the ballerina assassins from John Wick 3. All right. And like any assassin, he clearly wanted to settle down. He found love in Ernie. They settled down on a nice piece of land on Sesame Street. But here's the thing. It only takes one bad day. All right. And the people that Bert has wronged, they're going to come after him, and they're not going to hurt him. They're going to hurt Ernie. It's not a matter of if Ernie dies. It's a matter of when Ernie dies, they will have unleashed hell on earth. All right. And when that day comes, God have mercy on us all. All right. I think I yield my time.
God have mercy on us all.
Yes.
Abby saying Bert was mean, always telling Ernie what to do. Monica, it is time for you to be positive about your choice of the Cookie Monster.
Well, I'm just very glad we got to hear the manifesto of Bert. Terrifying. Well, I think that Cookie Monster has had a really hard time during the pandemic because the only place near him to get cookies that was open was Tim Hortons. So.
Oh, all right. Let's see your votes. Or was there more to that, Monica?
That was just going to go in there.
Go in there. Get in there. All right, let's see your votes. So for those of you who are learning how to vote, remember, you're not voting for who is right. You're voting for the most entertaining. So if we learned anything from Fox News, it's not about being right. So you can spam. Shoot, I didn't even set this up at this point. I'm putting it in. You can put Serag's name in what YouTube. That's the format. That's where we're broadcasting YouTube. Or
What's
you can
on the
go,
YouTube tonight?
It's on the YouTube. Or you can do hashtag for Monica. If Monica is your choice, that's YouTube. But if it's on Facebook, you can actually just like the comments, the ones that have been posted by the channel, as you can see, such as this. By the way, shout out to Tina Spirals modeling a BattleCOM T-shirt there, classic BattleCOM T-shirt. So if you're on Facebook, you can take a look at the votes. And let's see, where are we going with the video? I'm not seeing the votes coming up. This is like 2 weeks ago, all over again.
No.
No, it's there. It's there. It's coming up, and I'll be able to see everyone's votes. There we are. So start liking the votes. It looks like, all right, according to Facebook, Serag is in the lead. Let's take a look at what they're saying on YouTube. It is Serag. Serag has won. The Meletian Falcon himself has won the first round. Sorry for the slow to the count. We are now going to go to the negative round. Negative, that means Monica is going first. Monica, you get to be negative about Bert as the one who's gonna snap.
Well, I'm almost on the team of thinking that Bert would snap because the estheticians have also been closed in the pandemic and his eyebrows done. But then he got a good look at Serag and he was like,
oh, managed to put a burn in with it as well. That's why Monica is a champion. We now go to Serag.
Holy shit.
Serag. Negative about the Cookie Monster.
Negative. I mean, look, it's clear and obvious. Cookie Monster is too stupid to kill, let alone snap. I mean, what's he gonna do? I mean, I doubt he can use any kind of weaponry. The only thing he knows how to do right is eat a cookie, and he does that wrong by having no teeth, no throat. It's a fool. It's a farce. I think, Cookie Monster. No. Bert will beat him in every scenario possible because he's trained in hand-to-hand combat.
All right, the vote hashtags are going up for those who are watching on.
Thank you. I yield my time. Sorry.
For those who are watching on Facebook, the hashtags are up, so you can start spamming in. We've got some comments have come in. The Cookie Monster with Ginger Snap.
Nice.
Where do we go for that? There it is. Monica's the bomb. All right, that's my takeaway from that. Lee Barnett has shown up as well. Welcome, Lee. Welcome to all of the viewers that are coming in. I think Lee is trying to call this one for Monica already. We're seeing a number of the votes. The YouTube looks like it's going for Monica. Let me just check to see what they're saying on Facebook. Facebook is concurring. There has been a murder of our own little Muppet. The Meletian Falcon Serag has lost that round, but that means it's a tie round at this point in time, which means we're going to a free-for-all round, which this just shows how tight the competition really is. Serag, you lost that last round, so that means you get to go first on the free-for-all round. Free-for-all, for those who are wondering, is they can be positive, written using the written material. Negative, go for a little bit of improv. Personal attack upon their opponent, non-physical, because obviously we got social distancing. Or just be entertaining. Serag.
Well, Bert kind of looks like a banana. And I think that it could be very, again, I think years of being compared to Bananas in Pajamas, a much lesser children's daytime television show, would probably drive a man such as Bert, if you can even call him that, a man, that is, crazy. And, like I said, it's only a matter of time before he completely snaps, and we should all be afraid for our favorite puppets and Muppets. and whatever the hell they call themselves on Sesame Street. Because they're all going to die. Bert will kill them all. Thank you. My time.
Monica, it is now your free-for-all round.
These just get more and more terrifying. All right.
We almost got a facts aren't joke put in there for
Facts
Bert looks like a banana.
No, just
Okay, so Cookie Monster has been forced to hang out with Elmo for years, so that is motivation enough. He just found out that Blue Lives Matter wasn't a movement for him.
Oh, all right. The voting hashtags are up on Facebook. Let's see your votes coming in from YouTube. If you want to vote, put a hashtag and the name of the person you're voting for. I know it says Meletian Falcon, but that is a Serag under those delicious waves of brown hair.
He is covering myself up, really.
Yeah,
going for the cousin it look.
So hashtag Serag for Serag or hashtag Monica for Monica on the free-for-all round. And I'll take a look at the Facebook votes at this point in time. Monica is in the lead on the Facebook votes. Coming back, let's see. Oh, we got some comments coming in. I'm not seeing. Oh, we got some. Yeah, it looks like Monica is winning on this side. Monica, free-for-all. And Monica wins with Blue Lives Matter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's when it comes down to when people say Blue Lives Matter or All Lives Matter, they're right. All lives do matter. It's just people need the reminder that Black Lives Matter, and especially people wearing a lot of blue. So Emily is voting for Monica. So that is Monica has won the first battle round, and she will be facing off the winner of our other two battlers as we go to find out what their choices are. Let's bring it on up. We have Velvet Wells and Justin Shaw with their choices of Grover and Guy Smiley. Guy Smiley did the wonderful thing of being an image that I could search online that had a transparent background, so it wasn't a white box around it. So Justin, for providing that, you get to go first on the positive round. Positive about why Guy Smiley is going to be the one that snaps.
Heck yeah. And to start, only a true serial killer would know to upload a PNG file to Google for search purposes. Now, Guy Smiley is listed on Sesame Street. He's described on Sesame Street as being America's top talk show host. Now, let me ask you this. When you think of Sesame Street, is Guy Smiley the first Muppet you think of? Is he the seventh Muppet you think of? If you Google Sesame Street and look up the characters to Sesame Street, he's not in the top 10. He's not in the top 15. He's fucking 18. He's number 18. He's beaten out by Bert. Twice. They listed Bert once and then Bert with Ernie. He's beaten out by two human beings. People don't watch Sesame Street for the human characters. We watch them to get away from the human characters.
Velvet. All right, Velvet. Let's bring it in strong. You are positive about your choice of Grover.
I am so positive about Grover. He, you said that Bert was Sesame Street's John Wick. Grover is Sesame Street's Dexter. Look, for decades, he's been killing off the bad Muppets like Roosevelt Franklin. Don't see him anymore. Harvey Knee Slapper, Snuffleupagus. He has been hiding bodies near and far.
Wow. All right. The hashtags are going up right now. So it's hashtag Justin positive or hashtag Velvet positive. So
this is a tough debate.
This is we don't want to get the debaters unhappy with us. So this is a tough battle. Tough battle. We are BattleCOM. We're not debating. Debaters want to know who's right. We're going for who's the most entertaining. So let's see the votes coming in. I'm going to be checking on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can just like the hashtag comment that's over there. Erica Tadeo has joined us. So hello, Erica.
Hey.
She's a
Hi,
fantastic
Erica.
battler. So we got. Oh wow, we're looking at this. It's very tight with Velvet in the lead. And let's take a look back on the YouTube side. Okay, Velvet positive. We've got to vote for Justin. Denny Leger is going for Super Grover causing major damage.
Sup?
Velvet it looks like it's going for Velvet positive, though there might be other reasons we haven't seen Snuffleupagus. So Erica Tadeo getting in her own jokes pretty good. It is going for Velvet for near and far. Near?
Far.
All right. That means oh, love that Justin is using the mic just like Guy Smiley.
Yes.
So if you're gonna vote for which one of us is gonna snap, I think it might be Justin as he goes first on the negative round.
All right,
you
we're
can be
getting negative
about
now.
Grover.
We're getting into it. Don't tase me. I might be the human form of Guy Smiley here. Now we're talking about Grover. Grover was voiced by Frank Oz, an actor who voiced Yoda. Come on, it's Frank Oz. He only lends his voice to the purest of the Muppet type creatures. And plus, Grover, he's also a superhero. He's Super Grover. Can you expect him to be both the villain and the superhero? Come on. You can only suspend your disbelief for so much in the street of Sesame. Smiley out.
I'm sorry I didn't get that on camera, but it is Velvet. Velvet, you get to now be negative, but Guy Smiley.
I think that you had it. Yeah, I think you had it right. The Guy Smiley is number 18. It deserves to be number 18. He actually is number 18 on Grover's list. So hold on, he's coming to you. Super Grover 2 does have the power, the keen power of observation, and he's been noticing that everybody has been taking credit for how good he is, but still, they're the ones taking credit. So he's going to snap eventually and use those. He has all of his stuff in his boots, and Guy Smiley's only props, first of all, props aren't points. His only props are in his boots. That's my time. Yeah.
All right. Let's see your votes. You can start spamming the comments on YouTube, either Velvet or for Justin, or you can be clicking the hashtag likes, hashtag comments that are in the Facebook chat. We're taking a look. Velvet is currently in the lead. I'll go back to that because it looks like it just came fresh. A little bit of lag. We got Tim is voting for Justin in YouTube. Seeing it. There we go. Justin looks like Justin's getting some points here. Going back to just double check over on Facebook.
Got a double check, huh? Can't
I
believe
got a
that
double
old
check
Shaw
because-
would come through, huh?
Well, it's also the fact there's lag. So when I went over and checked, Velvet hadn't finished speaking on Facebook. So I feel like a time traveler at this point in time. Velvet has gotten some votes, but it is going to Justin at this point. So Justin has won a round. We are actually moving on to a free-for-all round. Velvet, you lost that round, so you get to go first in the free-for-all round. So as a reminder, you get to be positive, you get to be negative, you can just be entertaining or a personal attack upon Justin Shaw, non-physical.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with Grover. Grover's my guy because he has had so many jobs. But anybody who has worked customer service, they know that you're just one soy macchiato for Karen with 3 Ks away from Americano's Psycho.
Yeah.
Near and far.
All right, guys, Smiley. I mean, Justin.
Hey, listen. Guy Smiley, I'm going to say he's the top choice for a serial killer. I went pretty deep down the rabbit hole of a Google search. Let's look at the surface value and just say Guy Smiley already sounds like the name that a serial killer would give himself.
Yeah.
All right,
His name was Guy Smiley.
He was hiding in plain sight. Guy Smiley here.
The hashtags are up. The hashtags are up, so you can start voting on Facebook. Spam with the comments in YouTube. Let's see your votes. Let's see who is winning the round. This is for all the marbles.
Give me those
between
friggin'
these
marbles.
Two. Let's go for the marbles.
I want them.
You promised
really,
me marbles, Paul.
Sounded not appropriate coming
We're
from.
paid in marbles. I feed my children marbles.
There we go. All right, just did a little refresh. Looking at the free-for-all round. Velvet is in the lead on Facebook. Coming back to check what is being said on YouTube. On YouTube, it's we're getting this is
oh my god.
Whoa.
What's up,
This
YouTube?
Let me just double check with Facebook to see if it's too close to call or if we're going. It is too close to call.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Slap contest.
That is this is making it a pretty much a slap contest because there is no points awarded on that one. That means we are restarting that round. So again, it's another free-for-all round. But the thing is, we're time limited on this. So if the audience can't pick, I'm going to have to pick. And I don't want to pick. So you guys be really sure about who you're voting for and spam away when it comes time to vote. And we are going to go with Velvet first because Velvet did the second round. Last time it was a Velvet. It's a free-for-all round, positive, negative. Just be entertaining or personal attack.
Look, I have a few days growth, and I already want to scratch somebody's face off just from this. Grover is covered in fur. He hasn't been scratched, maybe twice in all of these decades. It has driven. It is Grover him mad.
All right, Justin, your turn on the free-for-all round.
Gee, I wasn't expecting another free-for-all round, but you know who was? Guy Smiley here. That's right, it's Guy Smiley. This guy's full of crap, this kid. Don't listen to him. I'm not a serial killer. I'm perfectly fine. Wouldn't a normal guy eat a tomato like a hand fruit?
All right, the insanity has happened. We have lost. I don't know about guys.
I brought my own tomatoes.
You held on to that tomato for 4 rounds?
For the sake of the joke, yes.
Yeah.
I would have. For the sake.
All right, start spamming the comments. And the hashtags are up in the group chat. We're looking at. It's tied currently on Facebook. Let's go back.
Oh, let me guess. Tomatoes aren't jokes.
All tomatoes matter.
You know what?
Fascists.
As comedians, we're actually deathly terrified of tomatoes.
Your Guy Smiley voice was it is our natural enemy. Serag is right. Our natural enemy. But your Guy Smiley voice was just completely wrong.
It sounded more like Lorne Elliott, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one impression you do well. OMG, Justin. We've got a Justin hand tomato was hand fruit for the win there. Benjamin, screw it. He wins with the tomatoes. I'm just going back to double check that there wasn't an upset. No, it looks like it is Justin. Justin, you have won that round.
High five, Velvet.
What was that?
I'm just high five. I'm just going to go get some Brussels sprouts or something.
Yeah, I'm looking for some fruit at the bottom of my bed.
It has to be a hand fruit. So we are now. It comes down to Justin and Monica. Monica's choice was where was it? It was the Cookie Monster. No, was it Monica? Yeah, Monica won. The previous round. So it is the Cookie Monster. So you get to be positive with the Cookie Monster as the one who will snap Monica.
All right. Well, what I think really is going to motivate Cookie Monster's spree is that he didn't get the part of Trekkie Monster in Avenue Q, and he was upset that he has to sing about porn for no money, like me.
Justin, positive again, if you can, for Guy Smiley.
All right. So what would motivate Guy Smiley? What would motivate anybody to go on a killing spree? Really, it comes down to not being able to differentiate right from wrong. How does that happen for Guy Smiley? Well, let me tell you. Guy Smiley, he works as a real person. He works in the fantasy world of Sesame Street. But in the fantasy world of Sesame Street, he works on a reality TV show that changes week to week. In a fantasy world, he somehow has to work in a reality. How does that work? I had to make a diagram to try and break it down. There's Guy Smiley going to work in Sesame Street, which is fake, and then going to work in reality TV, which is somehow real. How does that make sense? It's easy to lose touch with reality from fantasy than, go on a killing spree.
Vote! Let's see your votes, everybody. It's hashtag Monica for Monica or hashtag Justin for Justin. So
I had to make a graph.
He sketches very quickly. That is. Let's checking it over on. Justin is in the lead on Facebook. Let's see your votes. Let's see your votes here in the comments. We might be getting a bit of lag on YouTube now. It's not coming up. I'm not seeing many votes. There we go. Justin Wormhole Extreme.
Extreme Wormhole.
And Justin positively whack.
For the makers of Bop It. Extreme Wormhole.
And we're looking. Monica is in the lead, but it's not a big lead on Facebook. Coming back, it does. Yeah, it appears it is Justin. Justin has received the first point on the final round for the first round of BattleCOM. I gotta learn the terminology of this show. I really do. So this means why bother? Talking about now we are going on to the negative round, where Monica gets to be negative about Guy Smiley as the one who will snap.
Yeah, Guy Smiley has other options. Could have an easy backup job as like a realtor, anything. But Cookie Monster, there's really nowhere to go. There's no cake monster. There's not going to be a souffle monster. He's done.
And Justin, negative about the Cookie Monster.
So based on diet alone, I would say the only person that Cookie Monster is a threat to is himself. So sure. Oh, great. He's going to snap and try and kill everyone. What do you do to stop him other than just outrun him or wait a week or two and his heart gives out after eating a diet only of cookies? He needs more tomatoes in his life, by gum.
He doesn't need more tomatoes in your life.
By gum?
He said by gum. He wasn't suggesting people buy gum.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
All right, that just came off creepy. Is a J. Jonah Jameson reference?
It was
I just
meant
really
to be
thought
romantic.
Guy Smiley was into
really
boys in pajamas. There is. Let's see. All right, seeing that the hashtags are up on Facebook. Start spamming the comments on YouTube. Let's see. We've got them coming in. Monica is currently in the lead on Facebook. And I'm eating cookies right now, so I have to vote for Monica.
I'll take
vote for Justin. Another vote for Justin. We got to vote for Monica. Don't make this too close to call, people. Get your votes in there.
You can't help
saw
it.
what happened in the United States when not everyone voted.
Crazy.
Like it's important to vote. Yeah, not only is this a comedy show, it is also an abject lesson on democracy. There is.
And sprees, killing sprees.
Killing sprees. Killing sprees. So it is. Let's see what the differences are here. It's dead tied. It's dead tied.
Ties are for Father's Day.
Yes.
And that's
people
not
that
for
hang
2
themselves
days.
There's. All right. You know what this means? There's no points awarded on that. That was the negative round. We are moving on to a free-for-all round, but this free-for-all round will not determine it. So please make sure that you guys vote often. No, what? I don't think that's how it works. But Monica went first the last time, so Justin, you get to go first this time. Negative or free for all. So positive, negative, just be entertaining.
Free for all. Yep. Entertaining. I've still got some tomato left, but Guy Smiley, he hosts a reality game show, and it happens just to change every week. Who decides these shows? That sounds like the plot of a madman. But you know what Guy Smiley would do for his big send-off? He would kill Cookie Monster on live TV. Why? Because that's good television.
Why am I worried that Guy Smiley's coming for my job? Monica,
gonna get you.
Okay, that's true. That would be great television. But here's the thing: C is for Cookie. That's good enough for him, and C is also for Carnage. That's even better for him. Oh, Carnage starts with C.
All right, the hashtags are up on Facebook, and you can start spamming the comments on YouTube so we can get the votes in to see who's actually going to win. Is it Monica with her choice of the Cookie Monster, or is it Guy Smiley with his choice of Justin Shaw? Wait, no, that was backwards.
Yada yada what?
Let's see, waiting for the votes to come in at this point in time. Let's go. We're seeing. There's.
This is the weirdest OnlyFans account I've ever been on.
What's really weird is when I'm checking the votes on Facebook, I'm looking at the video from a few minutes ago. So I heard Justin's voice, but he had a tomato in his mouth. It was just.
Sorry.
A little bit of awkward.
Just like a Muppet.
I've been busy all day, guys. I'm sorry. I needed like a snack. And we ran out of apples. We ran out of apples today.
Yeah, so you grab a full tomato. I get it. Yeah. That's normal.
Thank you, Serag.
I love you, Justin.
I love you.
All right. Been in and blank. He's been in and blank.
That's the deciding vote.
That's somebody who hasn't had enough.
That's the write-in candidate.
All right, this is it. The winner is Monica. Whoop. Monica has won the first round. So which character was gonna snap? Boom.
That was meant for Monica, Velvet.
Oh, sorry.
We already high five.
Sorry. All right. Lee Barnett is making sure he apologizes. Sorry, guys, been in and out. Who's killing it? Everybody's killing it. This has been an awesome show so far.
Guys, smile.
Everybody's been so funny.
Technically, it's Cookie Monster who's really killing it.
Yeah.
All right, it is time to sort of figure out what the next battlefield is, and that is what is the greatest interspecies friendship in sci-fi and fantasy, and that may be mistaken as owner-pet from somebody on the outside. That's the longer version of the question of the battlefield that the performers had ahead of time. So our first two performers coming to the stage is going to be Justin Shaw and Monica Hamburg. We're going to be rehashing that battle we just had with their choices of Batman and Robin for Justin, or Rick Deckard and Rachel from Blade Runner for Monica.
Oh.
I have some questions about what you guys think are
pets,
interspecies. We will. Snuffleupagus has snuff in his name. Tim Rowcliffe with a good point putting it in. So we are going to go first with Monica Hamburg, positive about her choice. And this is positive. I got to change that little thing going along the bottom.
Well, Rick orders Rachel around harshly, and she doesn't respond by peeing on his furniture. So that's a great pet.
All right, Justin, you get to go first on the positive round.
All right. Well, first for positive.
Second on the positive round.
I'm going to defend my choice, Paul. Interspecies. Last I checked, bats and robins were interspecies, Paul. And not only that, I will argue the relationship between them. It is definitely imbalanced, for lack of a better phrase. How can you in good conscience call them the dynamic duo when they don't even have the same sleep pattern? One's nocturnal, one's during the day. But yet they make it work. Batman and Robin, coming soon to Fox.
You know what? I think this is one of the few game shows. No, I think all game shows are made better with smoking a little weed. Just as you guys are voting, the hashtags are up. We're just going to reference Benjamin Zitzer, who wanted to say that he had a recurring dream where Elmo kills him in a luxury New York apartment with an axe while listening to Phil Collins. Should I worry about this? Yes, Benjamin.
Yes.
Worry.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a problem.
Get help.
All right.
I'm coming, Benjamin.
So we're looking at the answers. We got 2 votes for Justin already. Checking over on Facebook.
Thanks, Sean Griffin.
Whoops!
That is
I
your
just
real
made
name.
the votes disappear on Facebook on my view of it. Let me just try that again.
You guys watch any cool sports lately?
I think this is a sport. Is how badly can I spell Justin's name?
It's pretty hard. It's not like it's the name of the prime minister or one of the top recording artists, Paul.
No, obviously not. But it is the name of the person who won this round. So Justin,
shit. I take it back. Take that sass right back.
Justin.
Sass back.
Take that
Yeah,
sass right back and put it in your
apparently
thing.
you don't
I
even
want
need to
this
suck up
sass
to get
back.
that from me. So that was the positive round. We are now moving on to the negative round. Monica, you get to go first on the negative round as the interspecies relationship between Batman and Robin.
I mean, that's very clearly a terrible relationship because they both talk stilted and have bad jokes. It's not right. All right, facts, not jokes, but.
Justin, it's Rick Deckard and Rachel from Blade Runner.
Gee, this is going to be really hard. I haven't seen Blade Runner. Why would you pick interspecies if they were both human? Unless one of them wasn't human, Monica. Looks like I don't have to watch the movie now. Spoilers, thanks.
All right, the hashtags are up on Facebook, so you can now vote on Facebook, or you can start spamming your choice. So it's either Monica negative or Justin negative. Those are the things that we're looking for to count the votes. Make sure you vote because voting is important. And I think maybe we should have said spoilers. That was
From a film 30 years ago, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, we're going to be. Well, the thing is, it was only. I'm keeping my mouth shut until this round is done. The Ridley Scott has revealed something only in the past couple years. So let's see. We got votes for Justin. Checking over.
Giggity.
Got some giggities. Monica is way in the lead over on Facebook. So
Come on, YouTube, help me out.
Yeah.
He's in the lead on YouTube, but.
All right.
That's right, Abby.
It's a sound strategy.
Your check is in the mail, Abby.
Justin has a number of votes over here on YouTube, but taking a look, yeah, it is enough. It is enough to push him over the line. So Justin has actually got the game on that one. He's won 2 rounds. I don't know if you were trying to swat Serag or if that was a failed high five.
We're high-fiving each other.
I'm no better in real life. I should let you know. I'm no more coordinated in real life.
So Benjamin Zitzer is suggesting that Justin's birth name is Guy Smiley.
Oh, I wasn't born. I was merely hatched.
Ooh.
All right, you managed to creep out Serag, and that's very, very hard. How did I vote for the loser? Lee, you don't use that negative language. So Serag, sorry. So
we're
Justin,
all losers here. Don't worry.
I'm just because I'm looking at my notes and I'm making mistakes. Who won the very first round? Who won the first
Justin,
Battlefield? Was it Guy Smiley? It was Guy Smiley. All right. I using 2-color pens, and I forgot to use the 2-color pens. And then I couldn't really.
The first battle winner was Monica with Cookie Monster.
The first battle. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
the first
what.
battle. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Right, okay.
I thought you meant
Oh,
Trevor
right.
was the-
So
oh, my
now it's
bad.
going to be doubly confusing. I just got to draw a big arrow to remind me that Monica is the person who won, because though this game is online, my scoring is paper.
It might help that you call me by my real name, Paul.
It could.
Guy, what did I call you?
Buddy.
Oh, gee.
Buddy?
Hey, man.
All
Hey,
right,
guy.
Yeah. All right. I think it is time for us to meet our next battlers for this topic. Let's bring it onto the screen. We have Serag, Meletian, and Velvet Wells. Velvet's going to be going first. Their choices being Serag with Legolas and Gimli, and Velvet Wells with from Final Space, Gary Goodspeed and Avocado. Positive round first, Velvet.
All right. Final Space is a great animated sci-fi show. But people say that cats, Avocado looks like a cat. He's not a cat. He's a Ventraxian. But they say that cats as pets are really good judges of people's characters. Yet Avocado calls an inept, misogynistic, narcissistic white man his friend. Basically, the comedy community, that is a friend. It's not a
Oh, I'm just hurt. All right, Meletian Falcon, Serag, you get to go positive on your choice.
Okay, well, as we know, Gimli is Middle Earthian for Gimp. And so, and I don't know if you know this, but basically, he's like a dog, and Legolas and Gimli, they have what's called a pup play relationship. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but basically Gimli likes to dress up like a latex dog, in like a latex like dog suit, and Legolas's partner kind of treats him like a dog, and it's a sexual thing, but it's a cool kind of sex positive thing. One of the best chapters in Lord of the Rings, and I think it's kind of neat that J.R.R. Tolkien was so ahead of the time, creating kind of that kind of relationship. So thank you. I yield my time.
There we go. The hashtags are up. So it's hashtag Velvet or hashtag Serag. Velvet being Gary Goodspeed and Avocado, and Serag for Legolas and Gimli. Let's see your votes. You know the importance of voting. Let's get everything done so we can declare our winners. Currently on Facebook, Velvet is in the lead. As we come, I think he's saying Velvet positive, not Velvet piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'll take it. I will take it. Comedy community, it's me. Yeah.
All right, but we're getting some. Serag is getting a little bit of traction here.
Serag 6,000.
Just a final
Serag.
So it seems to be it is split between the two formats, how you're watching, which one you prefer, but it does look like it is Velvet. Yeah, that is Velvet.
Hey.
Nice.
Oh, and it was the pause.
The pause.
Hey, Guy Smiley, that was not for you. Get out of here. Go eat another hand fruit.
Wait.
Serag, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We can do
I'm so mad at this.
John Griffin has said, "I'll never be able to remove Gimli from my mind."
I'm happy I could help.
And we are moving now on to the negative round. The negative round. So that one went to Velvet. So Serag, you get to go first on the negative round. Negative about Gary Goodspeed and Avocado.
Okay, well, I would like to thank Gary Goodspeed. I'd like to thank Velvet for picking a cartoon that I don't think anyone has watched. But I mean, that's cool. That's fine. Whatever.
Both seasons on Netflix.
Some of us still only use their mom's Netflix, and they don't talk to them anymore. Anyway, look, the point is this. Gary's Godspeed kind of looks like Justin, all right? And I think Justin's, despite all the guy smiley stuff we were saying, he's too much of a nice guy to be a mean person like that. So that's just, you can't, not that relationship. They're too cool for each other.
So, right. Velvet, you get to now be a negative about Legolas and Gimli.
First of all, thank you, Serag, for saying that my characters make good friends with each other. You talk about Gimli and Legolas as being they're top and bottom based on their height, but the reality is that the dwarf and the elf are actually the same species, just cousins. And we all know the dwarves love to hold broad handles. So they are fucking each other, but it's not a friendship. There is no friendship there.
All right, we're learning things. We're learning things. Serag, you now get to be. No, you've both been negative.
No, that's it.
That means I have to get those hashtags up, so people can start voting. So you can start voting when you see the hashtags for the negative round are up there. They are up as of this time. By the time you're hearing this, those hashtags are up. I'm trying to will it through speech that it will actually have happened. All right. We got Benjamin says speak friend and get the safety word.
Nice.
Yeah. I love it.
That's right. Benjamin has been to the Wiggle Room to watch my performances. There are. All right, so just checking. New comments are coming in. Velvet A for effort. Velvet in the negative round. Checking over on Facebook. That is for Velvet. Velvet has taken the round. So
good
Velvet has
I needed
that
this.
round.
I have the
Thank you.
vapors. I like to consider myself enhancement talent for BattleCOM. I get, I put on good matches. I don't necessarily win, but
Hey, you look great.
Okay, somebody's
So
decided to
sweaty.
bring everyone down by mentioning the death of Bilbo. Ian Holm has rest in peace.
Facts.
he
are
was
not
alive
funny.
when I picked the option. All right.
Facts are not jokes.
Are you saying you killed Ian Holmes?
No, never. But
No,
I'm
but he
just
did
saying
suggest it to Guy
Bert might
Smiley.
have.
Yeah.
Guy Smiley.
Here's a new reality show.
So our two champions from that round, we're going to figure out who our master is. Really should not be saying that terminology, but we have Justin Shaw with his choice of Batman and Robin. He's going first on the positive round. Positive.
All right, we know who owns who in the daddy relationship between Batman and Robin. It's pretty abundantly clear. Now we got Batman, who dresses himself entirely in black and all these cool spiky armors. So what does he do to make himself look a little bit tougher? He gets himself a tiny little orphan munchkin man to join him, and he dresses him in what? All of the primary colors. Oh yeah, that's badass, Batman. So that is the dominating relationship between Batman and Robin.
All right. Meletian Falcon, you get to be positive again about your choice of Legolas and Gimli.
Well,
Gimli.
Wait, it's just me? I thought I lost.
I thought I
Oh,
won
it's
that.
supposed to be Velvet. Yeah.
That was whoops.
Me.
You're against yourself.
Velvet. There we are. Velvet. I just pressed the wrong button, and just give me a second here. I completely muted Meletian Falcon by accident.
Perfect.
I seriously do need a Vanna.
All right, am I good to go?
You're good to go on your positive round.
All right, so if it was a pet relationship, even when Gary asks, Avocado never stares at Gary in the washroom, something that every pet that I've ever had has tried to do. So obviously they have a friend relationship, not pet relationship, unless one of them is Trump, in which case it's a sex worker relationship.
Whoa, topical. There we go. It's the hashtags are up. It's Justin or Velvet, both of them followed by the letter P, which had nothing to do with what Velvet was talking about. There is.
You sure?
It wasn't the intent. It wasn't the intent at that time. So get your votes. Start spamming it in YouTube. Make sure that you click to like the hashtag in Facebook. I'm looking at Facebook right now. Velvet has the early lead. And going back to YouTube, YouTube is not voting at this point. Oh, we're getting
Justin P.
That was weird.
Justin,
That was a command, actually. Justin, P.
P.
That's the daddy relationship right there.
That's
Justin,
not how my
come on.
bladder works. I'm not my grandfather who can just pee when nurses tell him to. Velvet
Justin,
pee.
it's the
Velvet's
golden
P.
hour. Come on.
I'm gonna have to put something. It can't be POS because that's a piece of shit. It's that is Velvet's round. Velvet is clearly the winner on that one. Justin, it wasn't a lockout, but Velvet got
Close.
the first point. So Justin, we are going first with you on the negative round. Negative about Velvet's choice of Gary Goodspeed and avocado.
Sure. Just for this round, I'd like to apologize, actually, Velvet. When you were up against Serag, I actually didn't get to hear a lot of your argument. So I don't really have a lot of context about what this show actually is. You see, I was busy. My partner off camera, she was ordering dinner for us, and she showed me the menu, and I was looking just to confirm the order, which I guess that just tells me you're not as interesting as you might be, Velvet. I'd rather be thinking about food later than whatever your argument was.
Damn!
All right, Velvet, you get to now be negative with Justin Shaw's choice or attitude or youth or
Holy shit!
Wow. Just like most of the DC world, that was really dark. So let me sum it up. Look, Gary and Avocado, they have a bromance going on that's strong enough to survive losing limbs, death, and feelings, something of which Batman would die. Feelings are his kryptonite.
Well, let's see your votes. So put your votes up. You can start spamming in the YouTube comments, or you can click the proper hashtag Justin N or Velvet N on Facebook in the Facebook comments. So let's see your votes coming in.
What did you order, though? I'm curious. What did you end up ordering?
Oh, just Domino's.
Oh, yeah.
We had a coupon.
That's not a crate of tomatoes.
that just made the slam that much harder.
Sorry. We ordered more tomatoes. Sorry. Be more on brand.
Tomato sauce with slices of tomatoes. Make sure you cut them up like you do your competitors.
Yes.
You ordered a pizza pizza.
You know what? I'm not sure if Velvet won that round or Justin gave it away. Justin did get a vote. So welcome, Nathan. How are you doing? Welcome.
Thanks, Nathan.
First time that I've found out that you were watching this show. So Erica Tadeo is voting for Velvet just because Jason should have waited until 11 p.m. Maritime hour to order dinner and then just Domino's. But he's actually in Hamilton, which means he actually has access to good Indian food. And he ordered Domino's. That's the reason not to vote for Justin.
Yeah.
First off, I would have access if they were open. Second, I'm not going to make a case saying that Hamilton is cooler than PEI. Let's not open that up.
That's points to Justin on that one. But unfortunately, the round is going to Velvet.
Oh, shit.
Not unfortunately, I'll take it.
Has won the round. So our battle master for that round is Velvet with his choice of Gary Goodspeed and avocado.
There you go.
High five, Truth.
You guys had timing. You can tell who's got more. I don't know. Monica's got good theater experience as well. So I don't know why your coordination's shit. Serag.
I thought you were talking about why we're all broke. And yes, that is why I'm in the lead for being broke. But go on.
Yeah.
All right. Talking about being broke. Here we are. Let's see what the next topic is. Hey, it's a yellow card. Yellow card is to make it distinguish that it is something important. So the battlefield is which Pixar movie should have a crossover with which R-rated film. R is a different letter than X. We just want to specify that. And that is suggested by fan of the week, Sean Griffin, located in Maryland. Big applause for Sean. Hey, he got completely creeped out when I messaged him today asking for a good photo. I could have just stole something off the internet.
Was he in space?
That's actually his work ID card for NASA because he is currently working at the Goddard Space Observatory in Maryland.
Are you joking?
I am not joking. We have.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. Food-based.
Sean, I need to get off this planet. Help me.
Ad hominem. I'm not sure where that's coming in. Oh, that might be for ordering food. Nathan, it's great seeing you too. Check what this is all about. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Everyone is enjoying yourself. And here it is, the same picture even.
Hey!
Sean Griffin. Yay for Sean. And he is still creeped out. That's quite okay.
No.
So if there's any people out there who have been thinking what would be a great topic for BattleCOM, it can't be a yes, no. It has to have multiple answers. So all four people can have completely different takes on the question. But if you do it, send it into the BattleCOM Facebook page, and then we can add that. So our first two battlers are going to be Velvet Wells and Monica Hamburg with their choices. Well, Velvet's choice of Up and John Wick. And Monica's choice of Monsters, Inc. and Cape Fear. So we are going for the positive round. First, Monica, you get to go first.
Okay. Well, Monsters, Inc. Harvest Screams, and Max Cady in Cape Fear plays a drama teacher, and there is no better place to harvest screams than a school play.
And Velvet, you get to go first. You get to go on the positive round.
All right, look, I want to see a crossover Up in John Wick because John and Carl Fredricksen have the same origin story. Their wife died. They're given a dog to care for, and they're both on the run from shady folks.
Careful, I'm not sure if we actually own the rights to the music, if we can use it. Sony has been after me. It's all good. Let's see your votes. The hashtags are up on Facebook, so you can start doing them down. And Sean Griffin has mentioned his girlfriend will now definitely think he's cool. And Velvet, because John Wick always is the righty answer. Yeah. I think he's saying righty or righty. It might just be right answer.
Yeah.
And we got a vote in for Monica and a vote in for Velvet. I'm going to be checking over onto Facebook to see the count. Currently, it is even on Facebook. Spam your choices. Make sure you click the like comments. Voting for Velvet for the dance at the end. Up John Wick crossover slogan is clearly "Get your wick up."
That's the X-rated version, Atlanta. Come on, get your wick up.
Also, sorry to report, Sean is still wrong. I don't know what that's reference to. We all got very quiet when she said it's
John. Oh, the girlfriend will definitely think I'm cool. It was for the thinking I'm cool part.
Right, sorry, Sean.
Good job.
We tried. We're not refunding the check. It's he didn't pay us. Don't worry.
I always wondered what the sound of 5 comedians thinking sounded like.
All right. So we are. Let me take a look at the votes again. It's looking Velvet here on YouTube. Going back to Facebook. Facebook. It's we have Velvet. We're calling it for Velvet on this round. Woo. So Velvet has the first point on this battle. We are going now. Yeah, that was a slow burn. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm smelling burning wood. It might just be the lights against my bookcase. We are going to the negative round. Negative with Monica first.
For the John Wick and Up?
John Wick up. Yep.
Well, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, it's a depressing thing where 2 men's wife dies, and it's not even in time for Valentine's Day. So.
All right, Velvet, you get to be.
Look, individually, I like both Monsters, Inc. and I love Cape Fear, but we know that anytime De Niro tries to do a comedy, it is just the worst. So he would just be doing Dirty Grandpa through the whole thing in the aisle while the kids are trying to do their show in the play. It's just horrible. It's a bad mix.
All right, calling for the bad mix. Let's see your votes. I somehow missed the hashtag on Velvet, but his name is there with the BattleCOM name.
Be careful, because calling me the N thing is just not appropriate anytime. Hey, I was called a POS before. I was fine with that. This is totally derailing what you're trying to do, Paul. I'll be quiet. I'll see myself out. I'm going to get a hand fruit.
I like how he walks. He walked in his seat like he was actually a Muppet.
That was super freaking cute.
All right, so we got
near.
All right, we got even votes coming in on YouTube. Let's take a look over at Facebook. Facebook has Velvet currently in the lead. And let's see, make sure, I didn't miss anything there. Coming back to YouTube. Damn it, I'm going to have to say that this is too close to call. So no points are being awarded. We're going to free-for-all round. We are free-for-all round. So that means it can be positive, can be negative, or just be entertaining. Monica went first on the last round, so Velvet, you go first on this round.
All right, so I think if you have this matchup, there's some great catchphrases that can happen. The first one is, as he's killing somebody, he can say, "Let's play a game called Let's See Who Can Be Quiet the Longest." And then after he kills them, he goes, "You win." And then another time when he's finished killing everybody, he calls the cleaner and he says, "I need the blue plate special for 12. Do you have anything earlier?"
All right, Monica.
I want this movie so bad.
Yeah.
Well, a character in Monsters, Inc. is voiced by Jennifer Tilly, and Cape Fear is about vengeance. And who doesn't want vengeance after listening to Jennifer Tilly's voice for 90 minutes?
Votes. Let's see your votes. You can click like on the hashtags that are currently up in the Facebook group, or you can start spamming the names, the hashtag, and then the name in YouTube. And I don't know why I'm saying that often. All right, that's just a personal note. I will try to improve. Everybody's getting quiet. Are we losing steam? Like, this show has been rocking hard. I don't know what's going on here.
Quick, Jesse, need a tomato.
No.
I'm eating the tomato.
Abby Stonos is being grossed out by the tomatoes.
Hey, Abby, you know why I eat a tomato? Because I'm trying to catch up.
Monica, checking out onto. Oh wow, the votes have really come in. They have come in. That is. Velvet does have the lead on Facebook, but I'm seeing a lot more Monica here on YouTube. Monica has the win for that round. So we are stuck on another free-for-all round. Velvet, you are going first. So positive, negative, just be entertaining, or personal attack, roast attack of your opponent.
So I think that we're going to have a final boss fight going on here, but we know Pixar doesn't do kill shots, so it's going to occur in a bingo hall. And Carl's going to use poison dabbers. He's going to use razor sharp bingo cards. He's going to have troll dolls that are daggers, and he's going to have coffee from Tim Hortons.
Monica, your positive and negative, just be entertaining, or roast attack upon Velvet, the Velvet Wells, the Velvet Duke.
Okay. Monsters, Inc. and Cape Fear, it's just the perfect combination, because the monster world believes that children are toxic, and Cape Fear, Max believes lawyers are toxic, and they're both right.
All right, we're going to see now if we are actually been wrong with BattleCOM all the long while, because we've always said being right isn't a winner, but there we go. Hold it. The hashtag should be up on Facebook. So it's marked as F4A2. So Monica, it is a tie. Currently a tie on Facebook. Let's see. So start spamming the comments on the YouTube channel to get your votes in. Wow, they all come in quite a rush. Monica, a velvet for using all of the bingo hall. That is perfect. Tim Riel, big shout out to Tim Riel, is an excellent competitor. At this game. There we go. Another vote for Monica. I'm calling this one for Monica. Monica, you have won this round, so you will be facing off against
What
the
are you
winner.
doing? Where are you grabbing, Monica?
I don't understand where I'm supposed
Go
to
up. Go up. Go up.
I have no idea. Oh Jesus, I can't.
Watch those hands.
So I can't believe we are socially distanced and we are still now not appropriately touching each other.
I
So
can every way.
all right,
Nice.
we're going to go now to the remaining two battlers and see what their choices are. It is Serag Meletian and Justin
That's me.
Shaw. Yes, and that's you know what, that is an awesome picture of you, Serag. I haven't had the
thank
chance
you.
to say that.
Thanks,
Justin.
Paul.
Justin, you look like you want to do a stage version of Falling Down.
Oh yeah. That's movie.
That's actually my audition for Edward Cullen.
All right. Serag Meletian's choice is Toy Story and Magic Mike. I'm assuming you said Toy Story 1 because you didn't put a number after it. So Toy Story.
I did meant Twister one, yeah.
And Magic Mike, where Justin Shaw's choice is Cars and Christine.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we've got our fan of the week is saying that Justin looks a little broody. So Justin, you get to go first on the positive round.
Because I am a little broody. That's why.
All right. Again, Justin is terrifying. Stop eating the tomato. I will not. I got to finish what I started. Now, Christine, that is a 1983 horror film based on Stephen King's book, Christine. And this is about a killer car that goes around killing people. It's very dangerous. Cars is a 2006 Pixar film where cars rule the earth, but there's no humans. So perhaps the crossover is the sequel to Christine, where Christine survives and kills the humans. And I've always been a little curious as to why there's no humans in the Cars franchise. It's the sequel to Cars. It's the sequel to Christine and the prequel to Cars. Life is a highway to hell.
That is
All right.
confusing.
Serag, this is your positive round.
Look, let's just say, when Toy Story crosses over with Magic Mike, it'll give a whole new meaning to the word Woody. All right. That's it. Thank you. I yield my time. I'm gonna.
I'm sorry.
While I'm
I know that
more.
you're a brilliant comedian. I wasn't sure if you were ending it there or not. So sorry. I jumped
From
on that
past
a little
mistakes,
soon.
I know that if I keep talking, I'll just dig myself into a hole.
All right, and I don't want you to say which Toy Story character is the hole. We are
Rex.
Rex. All right. So the hashtags are up. You can vote on Facebook by clicking like on the appropriate hashtag, or you can start spamming the topics. Serag, positively Woody. We got Serag. Serag is killing it on YouTube. Let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook is actually tied, but with his lead on, that is it. That is for Serag. And you maniacs, you ran over dirty cars. Damn you all to hell.
Thanks, Benjamin, for taking my next joke.
All right, and we are now going on to the negative round. You get to, Justin, you now have to be negative about Serag's choice. And let me clear the screen and bring you to a full screen.
Serag, I like that you picked two movies where all of the characters in both films look like action figures. But I will say in Toy Story, if they did a crossover with Magic Mike, it would also bring a new meaning to the phrase, "There's a snake in my boot."
Serag. Oh, let me get rid of that vote banner. So your turn to be negative.
Yeah. Well, Justin, I'm just gonna say you picked the wrong movie. It should have been Cars and Death Race. You're welcome. I mean, these cars aren't murderers. Owen Wilson, all right, would never kill, and so it's just absolutely absurd. It's almost as absurd as the Cookie Monster. I'm still a little sore about that loss. Going on a killing spree. It's just absolutely ridiculous. This is nonsense. Thank you. I yield my time.
There we are. So we got an apology from Benjamin to Justin. I'm assuming it's an apology. It was just whoops.
It's all good.
And Christine has a prequel to Cars is like my favorite fan theory. Gilmore Girls. It's terrible.
Awesome.
So let's see your choices. Start spamming the comments in YouTube. I'm losing my ability to speak here at this point. We got Serag, we have Justin. Let's take a look over onto Facebook to see how the votes are doing. The votes are coming up pretty Justin.
Justin. Oh, go on.
Justin. There we go. All right, it's I'm calling that one for Justin. Justin has won that round.
Sweet.
So we have a tie game at this point. Serag, this is free-for-all round, and I somehow spilled ink on my desk, which is troubling me. We will now go on. We got Pretty Justin is a hashtag on its own thing. If anyone's a little thirsty, thank you for Abby putting it into words.
I'll take a drink of that.
This just in. Here we are. Serag, you get to go first on a free-for-all round. Be positive, negative, just be entertaining.
Well, picture this scene, all right? Channing Tatum, Buzz, looking out the curtain, wants to perform, but he doesn't know if he can. And his best buddy, Woody, played by Matthew McConaughey, grabs him, by the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, man, you can do that. You can go out there." And he goes up onto that stage, and in the audience is just a sea of those three-eyed aliens from Pizza Planet. End scene. Also, toy dongs. Thank you. I yield my time.
Just had to sneak in the toy dongs. Justin, this is a free-for-all round. Don't try to sneak them in. Never. Always make sure you have consent before.
No.
All right, Justin, it is your free-for-all round. Positive or negative. Just be entertaining or roast attack upon the sweet and lovable Serag.
Serag, I mean, dude, it's been years. It's been a long time since I've been in Montreal, and I miss you, dude. I see your work blowing up. You're doing great things. I really miss you. I thought we clicked whenever we used to do shows together way back when. It was so cool, and I felt like you trusted me, and I trusted you, and we were really tight. Now you're coming at me. You're attacking me in this game, trying to bring me down. So if my friend Serag can attack me, who's to say Owen Wilson couldn't kill a motherfucker?
It's brilliant.
Let's see the
really
votes.
did make me miss you, though.
Miss you too.
Let's see your votes on this free-roll round.
Don't shy away from that.
There's it's a hashtag Serag F4A or hashtag Justin F4A. Click like in Facebook or start spamming your favorite names into the YouTube channel. By the way, for those of you who are enjoying yourselves, make sure that you like this, share the channel, make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
Share it.
That is exactly what we need to do. Share it. Definitely share it. Tell people about it because we want to make sure that this is a show that we can continue. I'm looking at, we've got tie votes. Both of you guys were killing it on that free-for-all round. It's tie on Facebook. Let's take a look over at YouTube. There we go. We've got Justin. We've got Serag. We've got Justin. Serag.
Oh.
Serag. Serag is in the lead just barely. I'm just going to take a double check over there. Yeah,
Well, I
it
like
is
that one
Serag. Serag has won the
shit.
round. It was a very close battle, but Serag is the winner.
I'm coming for you, Serag.
The battle champion there, and it's going to be against Serag and Monica to determine who will be the champion, the battle master of this round. Monica, you get to go first on the positive round.
Okay, so again, my combo is Cape Fear and Monsters Inc. or Monsters Inc. and Cape Fear in that order. And that makes it great because you can just change Cape Fear's tagline, which was, there is nothing in the dark that isn't there in the light except fear, to there's nothing in the dark that isn't there in the light except monsters.
Serag, your positive round.
Well, I think the tagline for Toy Story meeting Magic Mike would be great, and it would be boners come in all sizes. That's it. I think I used my time.
Tell us more about these boners.
All right,
That's
the
the
hashtag,
after battle.
the hashtags are up. The hashtags are up, so make sure you like the either Monica positive, hashtag Monica positive, or hashtag Serag positive on Facebook, or you can start spamming the comments in YouTube to vote for your choice. So it is Serag Meletian and Monica Hamburg on the positive round, positives for their choices. Let's take a quick little look over. Monica is in the lead on Facebook. Monica is a fierce competitor, and Serag gets it's a laugh from Abby, but love for Monica. But we got Monica. We got to vote for boners. So
Boners.
apparently, I can see now why his girlfriend doesn't find him cool.
These boner jokes keep popping up.
And we gotta vote for Spam. Just don't treat them like the whack-a-mole. There is.
You don't know. You
I
don't know
wasn't
him.
going to, but now I might.
I just had a Greg the Bunny flashback when he was looking for work. He could find job as a whack-a-mole, but all those guys got concussions.
Did you just reference the 2001 sitcom Greg the Bunny?
Yeah, who doesn't? Everyone knows that. That's an amazing. Come on, it's Eugene Levy, right? Sarah Silverman. It's Seth Green. It's got an amazing. Check it out.
I will.
So we got okay. Did we have the votes? Did we call this on this one yet? We haven't called it on this one. I'm going to go over and check YouTube or Facebook, and then we'll come back to YouTube. Monica is in the lead on Facebook, and I'm looking at this. It's still Monica. Monica is the winner of that one. So Monica has the first point on the board. We are going now to the negative round. Negative. You get to now be negative about about Monsters Inc. and Cape Fear. And it wasn't a fever dream, Sean Griffin. It wasn't a fever dream.
It is a real
Greg
show.
the Bunny actually existed. Serag.
Well, Monica, much like Justin, you also picked the wrong movie. It should be Monsters Inc. and Magic Mike, obviously, because who doesn't want to see a couple of monster dongs? I'm gonna ride that dick to victory. All right, I'm just gonna.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I yield my time.
Monica.
Okay.
I have a feeling that the clips of this might appear on Confined in the near future.
Okay, I mean, we all know the whole point of movies is to have the toy tie-in. And mine has great toy tie-in. Mine has a monster with the voice of Robert De Niro, which is perfect. And yours, I guess, has a magic toy, which is a vibrator. And I don't think the Karens are going to be too happy about people getting that in their Happy Meals.
I would like a vibrator that goes, all right, all right, all right.
Let's see your votes. To each their own. It's hashtag Serag negative, hashtag Monica negative. We've got Magic Mike Inc. I don't know. He's sort of blending everyone's choices, but I mean Serag did that, but I'm not counting it for Serag because it didn't say Serag's name. So let's see. I just Erica Tadeo, I believe that you have to tell your story about your BattleCOM experience in front of children when you were talking about the toys from Harry Potter. So currently Monica is in the lead on Facebook. Coming back here to check this. Erica Tadeo, Serag does realize that no one wants Billy Crystal to voice a stripper.
Says you.
Ride that dick, Serag. Right. Magic Mike toy. We got Monica, Serag. All right, this is coming up pretty close. Actually, I think that's more for Serag. I'm just going to double check over on to Facebook. Facebook.
Little.
I eat her like a nice mutton sandwich.
Where did that come from? Did I hear what?
Billy Crystal from Princess Bride.
All right, good. Thank you. It just when
it sounded like if Billy Crystal was a Muppet.
It sounded like if Billy Crystal was.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to. It's close. It's only within a point. So I'm gonna have to say that's too close to call. I hate doing these too close to calls. So no one has earned any points. But we are moving on now to the free for all round. Monica, who went second that last time?
I think it was me.
All right, so you get to go first this time. Monica is going first on the free for all round.
Okay. Monsters Inc. has a Yeti, which is a creature banished to the Himalayas, and that's exactly what happened to Juliette Lewis's career.
Serag.
Okay, well, I mean, since it's the free-for-all round and I ran out of Toy Story Magic Mike jokes, I'm going to do one about Legolas and Gimli I didn't get to do.
It's within the rules. It's just being
Legolas is like a cat, and Gimli is a lot like a dog, right? Rah, 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 and Legolas is all very, ooh, I'm precious and whatever. Well, he doesn't say I'm precious, but, he's like precious like a cat. And much like the popular Nickelodeon show, Cat Dog, they're also... very physically the same, because one of my favorite parts of Lord of the Rings is when Gandalf stitches them ass to ass. I don't know if it was in the. I don't know if it's a deleted scene or a part of the extended cut. I definitely know it's in the book. So that's what I really wanted to do.
Who hurt you?
Your free for all round.
Oh, I've got a free for all. No, I think we're.
We're looking for the vote. We're looking for the vote.
Wait.
This is the problem I have is I get a little punchy when we go through so many so quickly. Free for all round. It is so we're voting either for hashtag Monica free for all or hashtag Serag free for all. I'll be checking over on Facebook.
Remember, guys, I said Gandalf stitching Gimli and Legolas ass to ass. Remember those words. Words are important.
That's good.
So votes are important too. Like, make sure you get your votes in. All right, I'm seeing on Facebook, Monica is in the lead. We're looking at this. I will always vote for someone talking about Lord of the Rings, Serag. Yeah, Abby. Serag, we're there, but we got Monica. Serag has us all in stitches. That's too soon, dude. And Peter Jackson's extra extended version can only be seen in Germany. Though it's a Lego Last. Yes. Welcome, Andy. Welcome, Andy. Watching it. First time I've seen you comment. Thank you very much for joining us. We got. All right. Serag has, I would say Serag has the lead on YouTube. Going back to check on Facebook, and it is tied up a little bit there. It is Serag. Serag has got a point on this one, and that means we are even at this point. So you each have one win. So this is the reverse human centipede. I don't know. I think Nathan just called Serag a reverse human centipede.
Oh, cool. Yeah, POS.
We have another free-for-all round, and Serag won that round. That means Monica gets to go first.
Just a very quick question for clarifying the rules. I can go back and use something from another round?
In a free-for-all round, you can be positive about your choice, negative about your choice, or just be entertaining, or even do a roast upon your opponent.
But I can use. All right, I'll be entertaining. I'll try. I want to go back to my choice for Decker and Rachel and the pet relationship because it is set in current times Los Angeles, what is now current times Los Angeles, and everyone in Los Angeles behaves like a hyper pet.
And Serag, this is your time to go free for all. So positive, negative, just be entertaining, or personal attack upon your opponent. Roasting, not physical. We have to keep up social distancing.
Okay. Well, I want to take this time to say I just have to admit a few things that I've done during quarantine that I want to just get off my chest. I'm the reason the Zack Snyder cut is being released. I apologize for that. I want to apologize for staring at my roommate in the eyes for too long. It is also a ghost of Sean Connery. He's not dead, but the ghost of Sean Connery lives with me. I've watched. I want to say I watched the Mighty Ducks 4. He shoots, he goals. It's a soccer crossover, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry. I was the one that started the conspiracy theory that Ted Turner created the coronavirus to beat the WWE. That was a lie, and I started that rumor, and it's kind of taking traction now. I was also the one hoarding all the fine caviar that you can't buy at the grocery store, and I apologize for that. I tried to eat salt on the table. That was a crazy day. And that's about it. Thank you. I yield my time.
Right. This might be the definition of running out of steam, but it's Monica. We've got a vote in for Monica already. The hashtags are up. Monica, because you were so excited about that joke. Hashtag for Monica. I'm not sure if Monica's winning this or if Serag has just lost it. We are.
It's
Serag,
the heat.
we're getting the votes on. I'm realizing that I'm beginning to look a little bit drenched at this point in time. Monica is leading on Facebook. Coming back. Yeah, that is Monica. Our winner for this round is Monica Hamburg. So whoop, yay!
Heck yeah.
I'm so excited.
There we go. Serag for the filibuster. Monica, I realize that we have not done a staple of BattleCOM that we should have been doing, and I'm wearing too many hats here. We have not stopped between each round to ask our audience members about what choices they wanted to see. Or that they would have suggested. So I'm just quickly gonna. Do I want to go back on the graphics? Yeah, no. Let's. We're gonna. How about? You know what? We're gonna do that in the extra time a little bit later. This has been a 90-minute show, so we are gonna get into our wrap up very quickly. And as we are preparing to do that. Let's just take a look. The fantastic performers you had in front of us tonight. You can find them online. There is Monica Hamburg. You can find her on Linktree, which pretty much has all of her social media links. If I understand Linktree, which I don't because I've never really seen it. Was that right?
It needs a slash. So it's Linktree and then / Monica Hamburg. And then you find everything.
Okay. So it's link to .ee/Monica Hamburg.
That's right.
And then you will find every way to get a hold of Monica Hamburg. On Instagram, Justin Shaw is the Wrath of Shaw.
You can also look me up on google.ca, search Justin Shaw, PEI comedy.
And we have on Facebook, it is the Velvet Duke. And Velvet Wells has a wonderful is it every noon, or how often through the week do you do the Nooner Crooners?
Yeah, it's Mondays at noon Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay,
Cool.
Mondays at noon Eastern Daylight Time. He does, from your suggestions, he does crooning songs. He does musical improv, which will help you get through your lunch period. And of course, the Meletian Falcon on Twitter, or the Meletian _Falcon on Instagram, is the lovely Serag. That picture is such a beautiful picture of Serag.
Thank you.
Actually, having him in person, I wonder what the hell happened.
It gets crazy. I don't know what it is either.
There we go. We can see him. We can see him there.
Serag looks like he's in disguise in real life.
And so at this time, we want to remember Black Lives Matter. So please donate to your local Black Lives Matter fund. Donate to bail funds for protesters. Bailfund.org. It handles the bail funds for the states, and also support any local minority-owned businesses. So Black, Indigenous, or people of color owned businesses, support them in your neighborhoods, because we definitely need to in these times. And I want to thank everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, down at the bottom, what's that direction? The bottom right. It's going to be a little bell so you can ring, so you can find out all the shows that are happening on this channel. If you want to support the show, which will be split with the performers, you can do it via PayPal. So paypal.me/ash183, supporting the channel. And if you want to follow us on BattleCOM to know specifically when the shows are coming up, so on Facebook and Twitter is at BattleCOM TV. YouTube.com. It's Kick Ash Comedy. When you type Kick Ash Comedy into YouTube, it will then ask you to clarify, did you mean Kick Ass Comedy? And you have to tell it, no, I didn't. I'm Paul Ash Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. This has been BattleCOM, and we're going to invite anyone who wants to come over and watch us as we do a post-show thing on YouTube only. We're closing the Facebook feed now. And welcome to YouTube, so we can talk and do a little breakdown and have a little bit of craziness as we go. Cool. There we go. We're off of Facebook at this point in time, and we are now just on YouTube. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Thank you. I'm sorry I was messing up a little bit there. There's so much. My red pen has exploded. I've got pen ink on my. It's on my mouse. It's on my keyboard. It's on my arm. It's all over my book.
You got it on me. It exploded so much.
Oh wow! It was digital red ink. So we've got people are contacting us here. My contribution to Inside Out and Terminator 2. 2 hours of C++ print statements on your screen teaching Arnie to love. That's
nice.
Number 5 alive. All right. That's a completely different movie I just referenced, but that's
Greg the Bunny, the movie.
Greg the Bunny, the movie. The cook, the ratatouille, the thief, and his wife and her lover. That is the cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover. That was an R-rated film, so that would actually qualify. I think Terminator was PG.
Really?
I've got a disconnect. Yeah, the first one was. I mean, I think they showed breast once and maybe had said the F word once. Yeah, and I don't know why I said the F word. Because I'm not being monitored that heavily by YouTube, obviously. As long as I don't play any music that Sony owns, I'm doing good. Serag, we need to talk about your hair conditioner.
I'm sorry. My kid hair condition. It's getting long. You want to come cut it?
She wants tips. She wants tips. She thinks.
I didn't even read the.
I want to go. Go ahead. Your tips.
Well, I have nothing. I just shampoo, I guess, every other day. I wash my hair every day, but I don't shampoo it every day.
You're so mysterious, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
So many secrets.
Please start a podcast on it. I want a podcast.
I'll call it My Hair and I. Yeah, that's what I'll call
I'm being careful using swears. It's so weird. I don't normally swear. I've sworn a lot during this time. I just these people are not sponsoring the Love Doctor, but damn it, they make good gin. It's a Montreal distillery, and they make actually a thing called breakfast gin. So
Wow.
among the flavors that are infusing the gin, they actually use Earl Grey tea. That's why it's got this nice amber color and looks sort of like Scotch.
It's breakfast somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
breakfast somewhere.
It's breakfast o'clock somewhere.
Oh, Tim Rowcliffe. Tim Rowcliffe is actually the person who started the audience suggestions. We just never made them as big as they were before. So topic suggestion based on this week's show: ruin a movie with Billy Crystal.
A movie with Billy Crystal.
I'm not sure
When
if that
Harry
means-
met Sally. He's already in that.
but just get him to play it as his character from Princess Bride.
Yeah. No, have him play Sally.
You know, they could digitally do that. I'm wondering if did we lose Erica? Erica was watching on Facebook. Was she just? I'm good. Yeah, she was watching on Facebook. If she makes it over here, I hope she does. But she had a wonderful experience because for those of you who don't play BattleCOM or not haven't done it as performers, the performers get the topics. They let me know what their choice is, but they don't let me know what their jokes are. So we were doing BattleCOM at the Montreal Comic Con. It might have been the Ottawa Comic Con, and it was the greatest toy tie-in for a movie. And Erica chose Harry Potter and the Nimbus 2000. For those of you who remember the scandal when that toy came out, it was a broom-shaped object for kids. It was the Ottawa. There it is, Erica.
Yeah.
Erica, can you finish that story? Abby, everyone's welcoming. Hey, you know what? We're gonna do a little thing here. Let me I want Erica to come in here and tell us that story, because that is such a brilliant story, and it was such a brilliant thing to have happen on stage. Like, I mean, awkward, but brilliant at the same time. Let's just give me a moment. I'm not good with technology, and my keys are sticky now with red ink.
It's the red ink. It wasn't the magic monster that.
No, it's not. All right, so we might. I hope, Erica, you're watching. You've just received a message on Facebook, so we can get you in there. This is the fourth time we tell this story out of 4 episodes, so I think it gets told every episode. I'm not sure, but we want to make sure. Erica's saying hi to Abby when she should be doing something else, so we can bring her on screen. This is at this time. I also want to kind of punch ahead to say who's going to be appearing next week. We've got Gavin Stevens, Lucy Gervais, Karen Joy, and the final person who's filling out that roster is going to be one of these 4 comedians that they will choose who wants to do it, or who the others are voting can do it and wants to do it. So there we go. Erica's still saying hi to people, and we're waiting for her to pop in so she can tell that story. So Tim can be angry. Somebody else is popping in other than himself. By the way, Tim Riel has a wonderful show on Thursdays at, I think it's at 8:00, might be at 8:30, where it's comedians play code names. So it's only one board game that they play. And there she is.
Yay.
So
Hello, I was definitely ready to be on screen right now. Hi, guys.
Hi, cutie.
When
Have
Erica finishes the story, you 4 comics will have to tell me who is going to be the person that is moving on to next week's show. Monica was moved on from the week before, and that week it was Erica that had moved on. So you guys can make your choices. And Erica, tell us the story about
All right.
the
I did. Tim is right. I did tell this story just a few weeks ago, but let's tell it again. Every time I tell it, I get more and more embarrassed. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna cover my cheeks so you don't see me getting all embarrassed. So Ottawa Comic-Con, I believe it was my first ever BattleCom.
No, it wasn't your first, because I trusted you pretty much already. I knew how funny you were at BattleCom.
Either that, or I think I just bribed you with food. I may have bribed you with food because that's what I tend to do with people in general. Was that the Comic-Con that I just brought a bunch of candy to just put at the BattleCom booth, hoping it would entice people and then bring people to the show? It might have been. Anyways, for those of you who don't know me, I often have snacks, but that is besides the point. It is my first, or one of my first ever BattleComs. And yeah, category was best toy with a movie tie-in or best movie tie-in toy. And I decided to go with a very short-lived Harry Potter broomstick toy that was basically just the broomstick equivalent of, like, you remember that like horse's head on a stick that you would like pretend you're riding a horse when we were kids? Yeah, for Harry Potter kids, they invented a broomstick, but they wanted to make it feel like, you know, you're like going on the Nimbus 2000, going really fast. And missed 25 seconds. Getting distracted. I talk about chicken wings, and Paul's talking about Earl Grey flavored alcohol, both of which are things that I'm not eating right now, and it makes me drinking right now, and it makes me so sad. So, it's fine. I have some chocolate flavored almond milk out of like a almond milk juice box. That's my alcohol for now. Anyway.
So what was the scandal associated with this choice that we did on the show in front of children?
Was, in order to make you feel like you're going really, really fast on this broomstick, it would vibrate. I'm not sure how much because I didn't get to test it out, but this was something that you could put between your legs and it would vibrate. So I'm sure you all can kind of guess where this was going. I full on just facts aren't jokes did. I looked up some real Amazon reviews, or allegedly real Amazon reviews. They are every bit as awesome as you can imagine. I obviously tried to like keep a cool head, being a relative. I always say that I'm a clean comic, but it only comes up in stories like this. Being the clean comic that I am, I tried to be subtle about it. But yes, there was a child in the front row. I think he was dressed up as a cowboy. I feel like it was just like this 10-year-old ginger-haired kid wearing like a bolo tie, possibly a cowboy hat, accompanied by his dad. The kid also heckled throughout the show, so I feel a little bit less bad about like using inappropriate material.
Kid, yeah, I called that 10-year-old kid a prick during the show.
I'm sorry. I have very rarely been heckled, and that was one of the few times in my life that I was heckled, and that kid's dad did nothing about it. Apparently the kid just likes going to comedy shows and heckling. So we're all screwed in about 6 years. Like, we're fucked. Good luck, comedians of Ottawa. I don't know. But I mean, if the kid was heckling, how bad could it be that I'm, you know, alluding to some slightly inappropriate toy?
No, I called the kid a prick, and his dad agreed. That was
great.
Yes.
Yeah. What a good father.
Most 10-year-olds are pricks.
Usually they wait till 13, but it's all all right. So thank you, Erica, for sharing that story. What's the what was the takeaway? Who is the battler who's going to be joining in next week? Are you going to? We've got. All right. I'm seeing Velvet is written on a piece of paper. Velvet did mention that he was not available next week. So he is not going to be available.
I'll come back again if you let me. But
we would love to have you come back in a further week. We plan on continuing this even when comedy clubs reopen. I want to be still doing this at least once a week. We might have to change the night, but that's it. And I forgot the part where Paul called. Yeah, that was icing on the cake. The kid deserved it, and he came back I think a year later. And like, hey, you're the guy that called me prick. Like he was like an inch and a half taller. So are you guys all right? I'm gonna on the count of three. So Velvet, you are sure that you cannot make it next week, right?
Yeah, I have another thing. Sorry.
No, that's quite okay. We'll have you back at another time. So comedians, point to the window of the person. Let's see. Fingers out. Fingers out.
No,
Who you want?
I couldn't do that.
It's going towards.
I'm not pointing at me. Wait.
I'm pointing at.
Serag there.
All right. So we got a vote for
you, Paul.
we got 2 votes for. Okay, Velvet's changing his vote.
It was always Serag. I was just giving Justin a little bit of the puppet feel.
Okay.
Get your finger out of there.
All right. All right. Serag. Serag, are you available?
I'm voting. Oh, next Friday. Yeah.
Next Friday. All right. So we have Serag
I got nothing
Meletian
going
will
on.
be returning. And just to recap, we
Yay.
didn't do our final round. We didn't do
just do it
the
here?
bonus
That was the
question,
third
which
round.
is the bonus question, which we don't have the vote for. It's just for the fun of it. We'll get that and we'll end up unless somebody else has any stories or questions, or if we have any audience questions coming in. Tim Riel says fuck that kid. I mean, I don't like fuck the kid, but anyway, we understand. We understand you are a good healthy adult. You wouldn't do that with children, but that kid really deserves a good boot in the place you put boots. There is so
In the Nimbus holder.
in the Nimbus holder.
Nimbus
There we
holder.
are, the Nimbus 2000 holder. We have gotten, so you guys had fun. If there's any more questions, please just drop them in the comments. I believe Tim was suggesting a question for in the future. If anyone has any questions or suggested battlefields, please post them on the Facebook page for BattleCOM TV. And if you get chosen, we'll be putting you and a photo of you online in the next episode.
Sweet.
So our final battlefield for the big laughs. Erica, do you want to partake?
I don't have anything written, so how about everyone goes? and
Everyone
then I'll
else will go
be back. I
first,
wanna
and
try
then
and be
you.
fun.
So we're going to start with Monica, and we will go clockwise so we can end with Erica. The last battlefield would be, what would you want as your final words? Was that the exact wording?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. What would you want for your final words? So Monica.
I never met a foodie I didn't hate.
Justin Shaw.
The secret to a long and happy life is
Velvet Wells.
I'm disappointed that as advanced as Star Trek was, with HD quality, ceiling to floor, projected Zoom calls, the mute button was manual, and they didn't have fancy virtual backgrounds, and they didn't have bathrooms.
Meletian Falcon.
Mortal Kombat.
Erica.
Tupac is still alive.
So I misunderstood the question. All right.
The final words. All right, bonus question. Let's see how well Erica does under pressure. I think she did awesome.
Great.
This has been BattleCOM. If you liked it, tell your friends. If you didn't like it, just shut the fuck up. Why were you watching? Encourage everyone that you know to check us out, to follow us. You'll be aware. And again, that lineup from next week is looking pretty damn impressive. I mean, not that this lineup wasn't impressive; it was impressive. But we got Gavin Stevens. This gentleman was a cast member of Comedy Inc. for 5 years, comedian and writer. He's a touring national comic. We got Lucy Gervais, who hijacked this show 2 weeks ago or last week, and definitely proved her worth. We got Karen Joy from Ottawa, who's a fantastic comic and BattleCOM veteran. And we, of course, also have on the bill Serag Meletian.
Sweaty Serag.
Sweaty Serag. So that's going to be Friday, the 26th of June at 8:30, and it's part of the Power Block. That is the Montreal Comedy Power Block. There won't be a confined episode that week until you go weekly, Monica. But at 7:30, it's going to be the YouTube premiere of Battle of Wits, and at 8:30, it will be the next BattleCOM episode featuring the people that I just mentioned. Did you, as performers, have fun?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely, all the time.
Oh, it was super
yeah.
Fuck yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Had a good fucking time.
Erica, I just saw your note. I got so many buttons to take care of, but you all have been lovely. This has been great. We're not getting any more questions coming in from the audience, so I think that means that it is time. We are 6 minutes. We're under 6 minutes away from 2 hours, so this has been the longest BattleCOM yet. And for you in the audience, I love you all. Thank you, Tim. Tim was actually signed in a half hour early to watch this show.
Nice.
And he's been here the entire time. Thank you very much, Tim.
Thanks for voting for me a bunch, Tim.
Yeah, that's
glad someone did.
We love you all.
Bye.
Yay.